So as of recently, a new Soulsborne game has hit the market called
Wu-Tang! Bow!
It's called Wuchang Fallen Feathers, and it's somehow tied to Wulong's Fallen Dynasty, or whatever that game's called. I've never played it. If you read the description, it mentions something about that, but I did not care, and I haven't played pretty much anything other than Elden Ring, so I downloaded this game by sheer curiosity. I had seen no streams, no videos, nothing, and I just wanted to see if me, again, a man that has only ever beaten Elden Ring, would find enjoyment playing it, and just to see what it's all about. And boy, was I surprised, in good and bad ways. This has easily become one of my favorite games, not only of the year, but probably of my entire lifetime, because this is definitely like top 30 contender. When I first loaded in, I was very worried about the fact that like I would hate it, because as you guys know, I've tried things like Sekiro. It was too hard for me. I've been playing through Dark Souls 3 thanks to my friend Cody, but I needed a carry. I've been wanting to try Bloodborne, but I'm scared as shit because I've heard it's like one of the hardest Souls games ever, but it's the best. So this was completely stupid for someone like me to hop in a Soulslike game and just run it, because I was probably going to ruin it, talk trash about it, and just, I don't know, probably overall be cooked. But surprisingly, I was hooked. The first hour or two I played of the game, I fell in love. The map, the bosses, everything in between has such amazing design, and it just feels so lively and beautiful. All of the bosses in the beginning felt very easy for some reason, because in the beginning, fun fact, I never leveled up. I didn't level up until I had completed like 2 or 3 boss fights, and all of a sudden everyone was like, why are you struggling so bad? I'm like, I don't know. And then we looked, I was level 6, but the game seemed like it wasn't going to be as hard as I was suspecting, and I actually started having fun with it due to that. Some of the things about the game were scaring me away, like the boss runs are really long, they're super annoying, and what Elden Ring players would call a grace do exist right outside nearly every boss arena, but it's a hell of a run to get from one to another. It's not one of those things where it's like Dark Souls 3 where you have to run for 30 minutes to get to the boss fight, but it is one of those things where it's like you have to run at least a good 30 minutes before you find another grace. So if you die, you lose all your runes, or whatever they're called in this game, and or you're shit on for the next 30 minutes again. But there are cool little things that I did like about these boss runs, like the fact that you do have to like chop a tree down sometimes, or clear some type of path to make it to the grace, or to make it to a better area, and it's like hidden. But thankfully, I have TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch chat to help me and direct me where I need to go. So thank you guys so much. All the areas feel vastly different as well. Like in the beginning area, it's just your normal old city, but once you move down into what I call hell and what everyone else calls hell, it gets disgusting really, really fast. It's terrible to be in. And then moving on from that area, little spoiler, again, I know I kind of spoiled the last one, there are fucking mimic graces. So keep your eyes out. If you go to walk up to one of these and it doesn't say offer blood, don't touch him, because when you rest at it, it will pound your fucking head in. Oh, that's a grace. Hold on. Give it to me. Give it to me. Pop. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? None of you? None of you want to be my friend and share and let me know and I'm going to get fucking mauled by the most buff man I've ever seen in my life? No, you guys want to surprise me. Yeah, nice surprise. Fuck up my whole week. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you guys warning me. Everyone told me, oh yeah, there's a surprise coming up. And I thought it was, oh, my birthday's coming up soon. This will be great. No one told me to stay alert. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks, Shadow. I remember you two. You two are the ones that told me, oh yeah, have fun. Don't stay, be so excited for the surprise. But all this annoying stuff that I may have mentioned is whizzed away by a lot of the other mechanics of the game. For instance, the combat makes everything so much easier, and it is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, as far as swinging your sword, yes, it does have a fantastic feeling to it, and it has a lot of cool features, but my favorite and the main selling point of this game, in my eyes, is the dodging. They have perfected this to the utmost of their ability, because when you perfectly dodge something, you see this little purple or blue ember kind of explode, like a firefly exploding above you. And this happens when you earn, I believe, a feather, or whatever it's called. I'll call it a damn power-up, because I'm old-fashioned. Basically, these act like mana for you if you've played a different game like Elden Ring or something of the sort. If you dodge perfectly, you build up your mana, which gives you things like magic to throw at people, different spells you can use as you get later into the game. There are more spells. It'll give you the ability to use your sword's special attacks. Like the lash that I'm using right now has crazy range when you use its whip attack, and it becomes like a floppy noodle slapping your opponent. There are a vast different selection of weapons in this game as well, but I wouldn't know because I'm using the lash from now until I am dead. That's my baby. But it feels so satisfying. It just feels so good. This game has almost like a Ghost of Tsushima-like element to it. The sword play feels so good to do just anything in it all. When you hit an enemy, when you parry a swing, it's just so well-rounded, and it's never boring to me. I feel like the dodging mechanic is amazing because they have it perfectly set up where the timing never feels off. Now, sometimes I'll hit the button and I won't dodge, which I think's bullshit, but that could be my stamina. The actual dodging a swing or a sword or whatever, if you hit it right, you never feel like you get hit for no reason. If you dodge, you are rewarded. Another thing that this game does better than almost any Souls game I've ever played is the camera. It is fantastic. I've never had a camera be so usable. It even has settings. It has camera settings. They have a whole camera settings tab, and they have an FOV slider. I cranked that bitch up. You know how nice that is? But moving back into what I've been wanting to talk to this entire video, the bosses. You know how I mentioned how easy the bosses were earlier, that they felt really easy? Getting bosses aren't horrible, so if you're newer to Souls games, if you're not very familiar, don't get me wrong, you're going to have a relative easy time playing this game. It's not incredibly hard. Again, I didn't level up for a long time in the very beginning, but as you go on, it gets almost deafeningly hard. Things like the old grandpa in the temple got stomped. Things like the people that have the glowing crack around them or whatever, the dust, and their eyes are glowing, they get stomped. It's like fighting an invader. All you gotta do is hold LT or L2, depending on what console you're on, and you can just kick them down. Literally, I fought all of them. Me struggling with these bosses, just more of the fact that, again, I didn't level up. There was little attributed things. Some attacks I was really bad at dodging too, like the first grandpa man, when he would throw his spear, I didn't know when to dodge it until someone told me, oh yeah, hey, well, right before he goes to throw it, it's gonna glow. Dodge after it glows. I was trying to tank hits when I'm a level 6. So that's the only reason why the very beginning was kind of hard for me, but it is still pretty fun, and it's a very good balance between difficulty and enjoyment, because you don't have to level up if you don't want to. It's very usable. The lady with the absolute abominable neck game, she was kind of hard because I was barely a level 6 fighting her like a moron, but it wasn't impossible because I kept getting her to second phase. It's just when second phase hit, I would only get her down to maybe a quarter of health, and then she would spit blood at me, and then, you know, I would get corrupted and get cooked. That's a very common theme for this game, is the fact that, like, there's a lot of this corruption and stuff. It's like Death Blight from Elden Ring, but it's way more common in this game for some reason comparing to, like, again, Elden Ring. I feel like there was a few bosses that did that, but a lot of bosses were more of bleed. This game's version of bleed is rare to see. There's one tree that did it to me, and it was rare. That rhymed perfectly. Speaking of the tree, that was a really, really easy boss fight. You could sit off to the left and just burn it down with fire attacks, and it's weak to fire because it's fucking wood. But moving on to the very next boss fight, which I am currently stuck on, and I'm sure if you guys are watching this video after playing the game, it is the hardest fucking boss I have ever experienced. I believe she's called the Commander. I could be wrong. She is beyond difficult, going as far to say everyone in my chat was saying that she solos Malenia. The Blade of Mikola. Like, really? Like multiplied solos. They were saying that she would shit on Malenia. Malenia is not even that hard to them, comparing to this. And I'm like, it took me 3 days to beat Malenia, and I broke a headset over it. And honestly, that I can mildly see, because I walked in at a staggering level 19, and I cannot walk in her arena for more than 6 seconds. Most of the times, I am greeted by a Michael Chandler front kick and a dash with a sword, like I'm fighting in PvP Elden Ring, and someone is spamming Plitisac's lightning bolt. Her moveset is absolutely crazy, and I haven't even seen second phase. I have not seen it. I haven't got her down to more than maybe a quarter.
So a little intermission. I've put a lot more time into the game. I have found some things that I don't really care about the game, and I've fought a lot more bosses. So I wanted to mention a little bit of things that I didn't include in the very first commentary footage that I recorded. Honestly, it's been like a week or two since I recorded it, and I don't want to delete it. I want to use it. The commentary was decent to me, so I don't want to like just completely waste it and not use it. And I'd have to like redo all of it and try and mix in this with that. So I'm just going to make this like a two-parter. There's a lot of really cool bosses in this game, but my biggest issue so far has been the boss runs, the knockdown, which I don't know if I mentioned in the first commentary, but I mean, obviously you'll probably see this later, and probably the parrying. So there is a bit of a funny thing going on. When you get knocked down, you can't get back up hardly. It takes a really, really long time. If you're drinking a potion, it takes a really long time to heal. The healing animation is chopped. There's a lot of things that people are complaining about, like not only just in general in the game reviews, but like in my TikTok chat while I'm playing the game. And today I have been fighting the same boss for like 4 hours, and don't get me wrong, it's a me issue, it's a skill issue, but this boss fight's so fucking annoying. It's one of the worst boss runs you'll have to experience in the game. It is like a solid hour of just running to where the boss room is, and then outside of the boss arena there's an elevator that goes up and down. Now, I don't know any of the names of the bosses because I'm not paying attention half the time, but whatever one that is, which I will probably show some footage on the screen now, it's terrible. It's a terrible fight. I have been doing it for hours. I'm not saying it's bad in the sense of it's poorly made. It's bad in the sense of holy shit, it's so hard. It's fun, but it's so hard, dude. And it's really entertaining. I've tried to change up my playstyle a little bit. Longsword is what I used for the first half of this whole video, and then now I'm actually using dual blades in some of the footage that I have now. It's really cool. It's really good. The game's fantastic, but there is some underlying issues, but they are planning on patching that whole thing I was talking about getting knocked down. They're supposed to shorten the animation time for you drinking, or I'm pretty sure you can dodge and you'll cancel the animation. But those are really the only gripes I have so far getting so deep into the game. I still give this game a very, very high rating. I would still give it a 9 out of 10, but once they fix these issues, I would give it a 10 out of 10, honestly. The boss runs are really annoying. I wish they were a little bit shorter, but other than that, there's no gripes other than things that they're already planned to fix. The dodging, the sword play, all of that's pretty damn good. It's just the knockdown and then the healing animation being so long. That's the only gripes I have. I just wanted to make a follow-up footage of getting you updated on what I have been through, so I can say that I really have played the game throughout and played it further. None of my opinions have changed. I still think the game's fantastic. I still think you should go and play it. It's rather frustrating, but I still think it's a wonderful time. If you like Soulsborne games, I definitely recommend it. And if you don't even really like Soulsborne games, I still recommend you give it a shot because it's really, really addicting. And it's a really, really style of combat. It's not like every other Souls game. It's a little bit more forgiving, especially with parrying and stuff, which it does have some funny timings. That's another thing I was going to gripe about that I mentioned earlier that I didn't really give you any substance about, is sometimes the parrying can be very off-timed. Let's say one time you hit it at the exact same spot in the animation, the next time you try and do that, it may not work. I've had that happen to me before. I feel like it's very inconsistent with some of the things that work and don't work, but again, it's still a fantastic game, and that's going to happen. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I just wanted to intermission and give you guys a good update and show you what else I have experienced and how far I've made it into the game itself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it's a little bit funny because I have to interrupt myself. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, and until next time.